As humans, we plan for everything: vacations, new phones, even weekend dinners. But rarely do we plan for something that's guaranteed to happen someday: death. The word life insurance even gives goosebumps to some people. But the craziest thing is that most people don't even know that they can benefit from life insurance when they're alive. Isn't that insane? But fortunately for you, by the end of this video, you'll know 5 reasons why you should consider it and how you can benefit if you do live long. But before we dive in, please like this video to support the channel and subscribe if you want more financial content like this. And know that none of this content is financial advice, but educational only. Let's start with number 1. Reason number 1, it's about protecting what you've built. When most people think about life insurance, they imagine it's only for people with families. But it's really about protecting the value of everything you've worked for. Think about this. You spend years building your career, your home, your stability, and then life throws something unexpected. Without life insurance, all of that, your mortgage, your debts, your business, could suddenly become a burden to someone else, and if they can't pay, everything you've worked for is over. Life insurance creates a kind of financial firewall. It prevents your loved ones from inheriting your unfinished responsibilities. Some people say, "I don't have much, so I don't need life insurance." But that's exactly when it's most valuable, when you're still building. Because one of the smartest things you can do is protect your foundation before it grows. And that's what financially thoughtful people often do. They make sure that what they're building today isn't lost tomorrow. It's not about expecting the worst. It's about protecting the progress you've made. Let's say, for example, you're a healthy 30-year-old man who wants to buy a house at 35 years old. You work 5 years to get the down payment for a $1 million house, and you do. Your mortgage is $800 to pay over 25 years. Now you want a life insurance of $800,000 for 25 years, and you have a stay-at-home wife that doesn't work. However, now you've got a cancer, and no insurance company wants to cover you. If you pass away during those 25 years, you will now lose the house, and your wife won't be able to keep the house. Now, if you had taken the insurance for $800,000 at 30 years old for 30 years, that would have protected what you were building before a cancer happens. That gives you an idea of the first layer: protection. But let's talk about something deeper, something emotional. Reason number 2, it's an act of love, not fear. If you think about it, life insurance is one of the most selfless things you can do. You'll never personally benefit from it unless you take a permanent coverage. You won't see the payout. You won't even be around when it helps, and yet you choose to have it because you care. It's the quiet kind of love, not flashy, not performative. Just a financial promise that says, no matter what happens to me, you'll be okay. When you frame it that way, it stops being a cold financial product and becomes a gesture of stability. Parents often do it for their kids. Spouses do it for each other. Even business partners do it for one another, to make sure that if one is gone, the other isn't left struggling. Life insurance is, in a sense, a letter you write to the future saying, "I've got you covered." And that simple gesture, that foresight, can change how people remember you. Now, what about the numbers behind all of this? Let's talk about money and the long-term impact. Reason number 3, it's a financial tool, not just a safety net. Here's something most people don't realize. Life insurance can actually be a financial instrument, not just a backup plan. Certain types of life insurance, like whole life or universal life, build what's called cash value. That means over time, part of what you pay becomes a small savings or investment component that grows. Tax deferred. People often borrow against it. They use it for emergencies. Some even tap into it for retirement or major purchases. It's not just about what happens after you're gone. It can actually support you while you're alive. Now, it's important to understand, not all life insurance policies are built this way, but for people who plan smart, that flexibility is what makes it a powerful financial layer, alongside savings, investments, and retirement accounts. It's like having a silent partner, quietly growing in the background, while also being there if the unexpected happens. And that's why financially literate people often include life insurance as part of their long-term strategy. Not as an afterthought, but as a cornerstone. Okay, so we've talked about protection, love, and strategy. Now let's talk about something most people don't want to admit: uncertainty. Reason number 4, it gives you peace of mind in an unpredictable world. The truth is, none of us know what tomorrow looks like. We might live to 100, or something unexpected could happen next week. And living with that reality, without a plan, quietly eats away at your peace of mind. People think financial stress only comes from not having enough money, but it also comes from not having a backup plan. Life insurance at its core is about peace. Knowing that whatever happens, the people you care about won't be forced to struggle. That your parents, your kids, your partner won't have to set up a GoFundMe or sell things to get by. That's an invisible kind of calm, one you carry every day without realizing it. When you have it, you don't feel paranoid, you feel prepared. And there's a big difference between those two. Prepared people don't worry about what if. They've already answered that question. And that brings us to the last reason, one that's often overlooked but maybe the most practical. Reason number 5. The earlier you start, the more it benefits you. Here's a fascinating thing. Life insurance isn't just about having it. It's about when you get it. The younger and healthier you are, the lower your premiums, and the more you save over time. Many people wait until their 30s or 40s to think about it, but those who start early often lock in coverage that's dramatically cheaper for life. When people start in their 20s, or even for their children, especially in coverages growing in value, the coverage and cash value amount in the policies can reach multiple millions during the lifetime for premiums below $100 a month. It's one of those rare situations where waiting actually costs you more. Plus, when you start early, you can use those long years to build up the cash value component, if your plan includes one. So the earlier you think about it, the more flexibility, affordability, and control you have. It's kind of ironic, isn't it? When you don't need it yet, that's exactly when it's smartest to consider it. So let's quickly recap the 5 reasons everyone should at least consider life insurance. 1. It protects everything you've worked for. 2. It's an act of love, a quiet promise to those you care about. 3. It can double as a financial tool, not just a safety net. 4. It gives you peace of mind in a world full of uncertainty. 5. And the earlier you start, the more it benefits you over time. None of this is about fear, it's about foresight. And sometimes foresight is the greatest gift you can give or have for yourself. If you made it this far, take a second to think. Do you already have life insurance? If you do, what made you decide to get it? And if you don't, what's been holding you back? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Not to debate, but to start a real conversation about how people think about financial responsibility and love. And if you found this video valuable, make sure to subscribe for more deep, realistic discussions about money, mindset, and planning ahead. Because sometimes, thinking ahead is the most powerful thing you can do for yourself and for the people who matter most. Thanks for watching, and take care of the future you're building.